reporter. We'll be hearing from him throughout the course of the night as well. Now we look at the keys to victory on the defensive end, presented by Ford. You know, great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer. Bryan, what are the keys on the defensive end for the Tide?
Well, it starts with defending the preseason National Player of the Year, Braden Smith, one of the best point guards that we've seen in college in a long time. He's a veteran guy. He's played really well against Alabama the last 2 years, and it does a great job with decision-making, passing, great pick-and-roll player. Really looking forward to the matchup between he and LeBaron Philon throughout this game. But it's been Fletcher Loyer, his backcourt mate, who's been lighting it up in the first 2 games, averaging 23 points a game, can shoot it from 3. I think Alabama has the most talented and deepest backcourt in the country. But Purdue is right there. Maybe not the depth of Alabama, but Braden Smith and Fletcher Loyer, 2 of the best, and the guy that killed Alabama last year in West Lafayette. Trey Kaufman-Wren had 26 points in that game, missed their first 2 games at Purdue this season with an injury. He's back in this game, and he's one of the best big men in America. There's a reason why Purdue was a preseason #1 team in the country, and Alabama's got a great opportunity, but it's not going to be easy. Got to get it done on the defensive end, and one of the things we talked about throughout the game in New York against St. John's is got to close out defensive possessions. Alabama's banged up on the interior. Got to have 5 guys defensive rebounding here tonight.
That's your Ford pregame show. Next up, the tip-off. Number 8, Alabama. Number 1, Purdue. Next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford, great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Get ready. The Alabama Crimson Tide hit the court next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Hey parents and kids, it's the perfect time for students to read their way to the Iron Bowl in AEA's Be a Champion and Read contest. AEA wants to help K through 6th grade students be academic champions, just like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Students who participate in Be a Champion and Read challenge could win tickets to the Iron Bowl, an authentic Alabama jersey, and a chance to take the field prior to kickoff on game day. Ask your teacher about contest rules and encourage your child to be an AEA champion reader and win a trip to the 2025 Iron Bowl.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Hey college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Roll Tide. Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume. Must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Red Diamond, we take a lot of things lightly. Dog on the couch? Sure, that's fine. Wearing socks with sandals? Why not? But sweet tea? Around here, sweet tea is a way of life. One of the unspoken rules. Just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar, and that's it. Always refreshing. Always Red Diamond. Find us in your local refrigerated section. Red Diamond Sweet Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To the trailer. 3. Bottom. Tie game. 75 all. He'll rise. He'll fire. He'll make a 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit RollTide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and win big this season. Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control. Give pests the full court press and call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. And by Ford. Great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer.
For the win. Ball game. Ball game. Ball game. Bama wins.
Now, turn it up. It's game time. Here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
A beautiful rendition of our national anthem as we are moments away from tipping off Alabama and Purdue. Here's Tony Giles, the public address voice of Coleman Coliseum.
University. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Lexington, Massachusetts, number 0, C.J. Cox. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 2, Fletcher Lawyer. At guard, a 6-foot senior from Westfield, Indiana, number 3, Braden Smith. At forward, a 6'9" senior from Sellersburg, Indiana, number 4, Trey Kaufman-Wren. And at center, a 6'11" senior from Sunshine Coast, Australia, number 45, Oscar Clough. Purdue's assistant coaches are Brandon Brantley, Terry Johnson, Paul Lusk, Sasha Stefanovic, and P.J. Thompson. And the Boilermakers head coach is Matt Painter.
And the lights are dropped here at Coleman Coliseum in anticipation of the introduction of the home team, the number 8 squad in America, taking on top-ranked Purdue. Before that introduction of the Tide starters takes place, why don't we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Now, please stand and deliver a rolling stop for Alabama's starting 5. At forward, a 6'10" junior from Jericho, Vermont, number 7, Taylor Mulholland. At forward, a 6'11" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 22, 8, Sherrill. At guard, a 6'5" graduate from Alameda, California, number 95, Houston Mallette. At guard, a 6'1 junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 2, Aiden Holloway. And at guard, a 6'4 sophomore from Mobile, Alabama, number 0, LeBaron Philon Jr. The assistant coaches are Preston Murphy, Bryan Adams, and Chris Fleming. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alabama basketball.
And this is the next in line, Brian Passink, of several highly ranked opponents for Nate Oates' Crimson Tide. But as you heard him talk about in the pregame, when I brought up the David and Goliath reference, he goes, you know, we've kind of become a little bit of Goliath as well. And that is the case for Alabama. I made sure I clarified that I was calling this King David, but the Little David reference in terms of taking on the big boys, Alabama is in that category, though, as well now.
Well, we're now in the second game of as difficult a non-conference stretch as I've ever seen, not just in Alabama history, but that I've ever seen following college basketball for a long time. You had a top 5 team in St. John's on the road. Fortunately, got this gauntlet of a schedule off to a great start with that win. Now you have the preseason number 1 team in the country and number 1 in the coaches poll, Purdue, coming in, and then maybe the 2 best teams in the country, according to some, in Illinois, number 4 in Ken Palm, and number 3 Gonzaga. This might be the best Mark Few team he's ever had. This schedule is incredible, but you can't look to those games just like on Saturday you couldn't look to Purdue. It's about the next 40 minutes playing against one of the best teams in the country and one of the best atmospheres in the country in Coleman Coliseum. It's been a difficult place to play. This is 2 great teams, 2 teams that were in the Final Four a couple of years ago together. Didn't play each other, but these are 2 teams with that type of potential this season.
Purdue wearing the road black with the old gold lettering and numbers. Alabama, the home white, the crimson lettering. Matt Painter, the coach at Purdue. As the ball goes in the air, it's batted around, and the tap is controlled in the front court to our right by the Crimson Tide. Philon giving it off to Holloway. Aiden surveying the floor, goes back near wing to Philon. Drives inside the arc, dumps it off. Great feed, and Sherrell will throw it home. Bama gets the first bucket outside, inside work there.
Well, that's what LeBaron Philon did on Saturday against St. John's. Got past the initial defender, forced help. Aiden Sherrell all by himself throws it down.
Boilermakers work it top of the arc. Smith now left of the circle, drives it top of the arc, gets into the paint, stops, looks, hands it off onto the right block to the big man Clough. Pump fake, shot with the left hand is good, and we've got a tie game at 2 apiece early. 19-12 and ticking. Time left opening half as Holloway gives it off to Bol Bowen. TB squared, pivots, throws it back out to Holloway. He'll try to drive, gets cut off, dishes over to Holloway, who has it center court, working between the rings, rises, fires 3, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Sherrell, and they're going to call him for the offensive foul.
That was an issue in Alabama's last game against St. John's. His foul trouble, played so well, but fouls mounted up, and this is a Purdue team that gets to the free throw line about as much as anybody. Bama's got to do a good job of playing with toughness and physicality, but do it without fouling.
Joe Lindsey, Bart Lennox, Brian Dorsey, the veteran crew working tonight's ball game. As inside they work it to Clough again. He goes right at Sherrell, is able to score over and around him. 4-2 Boilermakers. Bama hurries the other way. Reverse layup attempt, no good from Holloway, who was claiming that he was pushed. And now on the deck in that scramble for the loose ball is Houston Millett, and he is slow to get up. Houston got popped. May have taken a pop to the gut right there as he gets up. He says he's all right. Just had the wind knocked out of him briefly, but they're going to say Bama touched the basketball last. And so it will go back to the Boilermakers. 4-2 Purdue, and now Houston says, I better get out for a second. And here comes Latrell Reitzel, and what a great sight to see that young man back on the floor here again at Coleman Coliseum. Latrell Reitzel Jr.
Pretty good debut against St. John's 17 points, looked great, taking the ball to the basket. Went out with cramps, but came back in, played great on both ends.
Backing his way down, Smith from the midcourt stripe. Drives to his right, gets inside the arc, pulls up from 17, right wing, and gets it to go. And the Boilermakers lead it 6-2 with 18-12 and moving. Time left opening half here at Coleman. Bowen on the right wing, gives it center of the floor, between the circles actually, to Phylon. Takes it left wing, weaving in and out of traffic. Kicks it near side. Holloway, three, bottom. The bank first three-pointer of the game for the Tides.
Alabama has 5 guys on the floor that can shoot the ball. That opens up the driving lanes for LeBaron Phylon. He's been able to get inside the defense on a couple of occasions, finding open teammates.
Kaufman with it, giving it off to Clough. Clough handing it back now to Smith. Gets it back inside to Clough. Challenged inside, couldn't get it to go, and now they're going to call basket interference on Aiden Sherrill as the putback attempt will count for 2. He got a hand on it when it was on the rim. But Bama doing a nice job of challenging, but can't let those guys get too close in the paint.
Well, the size and physicality of Purdue paying off. Oscar Clough, 6'11", 255.
Bama misses a 3, top of the arc. Rebound challenged and knocked out of bounds by Purdue. It was Holloway who missed the 3 from the top of the circle, and Taylor Bowen battling, able to win the battle, if you will, as Purdue knocks it out of bounds, and the Tide will trigger it from the baseline. Phylon kicks it in the corner. Reitzel hands it off to Bowen. His 3. Got it. Another bank first 3 for the Crimson Tide, and we are knotted at 8 apiece.
Alabama played so well on Saturday, but didn't shoot the 3 great. Played exactly how you want to on the offensive end, but only 31% from the three-point line. Off to a great start here at home.
Smith lost it, got it back, and now has it near the center court stripe with Phylon guarding him tightly. Smith working off of the switch, now pulls up for 3, misses it. Rebound tipped around, knocked out of bounds by Alabama. Sherrill trying his best to keep Clough off the glass, trying to get the loose ball, lost it out of bounds, and possession will stay with Purdue.
And it's not the height so much of Purdue, and Clough is certainly tall, 6'11", but he's 255. Kaufman-Wren at 240. Alabama's got to do a good job of blocking those guys out there, attacking the offensive glass.
8-8 game, 16:48 remaining first half. Smith with it between the circles, driving right side, puts it up. They're going to call a foul on Taylor Bowen. Nate Oates livid with the call there from Brian Dorsey.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he's arguing that call as much as he's arguing a call that didn't happen on the offensive end, saying if they're going to get that one, and Braden Smith will go to the line, first team All-American, the only consensus All-American in the country, gets the call. And it was the right call, but Nate Oates working the officials, and this Purdue team so good with their high pick and rolls. Braden Smith, one of the best decision makers in the country, able to draw the contact and get to the line.
First free throw is missed. And the second attempt upcoming. That one's missed, but it gets tipped out back into the hands of Smith. They'll try a 3, right wing. It's no good. And Purdue hustling, able to knock the loose ball off of Taylor Bowen. It was Kaufman-Wren who got the job done there. So the Boilermakers to inbound it from the baseline. A 4th chance opportunity, if you will, for them as they face the basket from the right side. A double team, ball's thrown down low, and Clough missed the wide open layup. And Bama gets the board and brings it the other way. It's Phylon in the front court off of a screen. Gets inside the arc, pivots, kicks it back out. Now Reitzel, left wing 3, too strong, and the rebound controlled by Purdue. It's Cox who has it, and will hand it off now to Smith.
Good look from Latrell Reitzel. Usually when he gets his feet set, he knocks it down, not able to convert.
Inside, layup attempt missed. Rebound fought for, controlled, and put in by Kaufman-Wren. 10-8 Boilermakers, who've gotten way too many second chance looks here in the early going. Bowen back to Reitzel. Latrell on the drive, gets into the paint, flips it over his head. Bowen, 3. Too strong. Rebound hits the top of the glass, goes out of bounds, and possession will belong to Purdue when we come back to Tuscaloosa. 15:42 remaining in the opening half of play. It's a 10-8 lead for the top-ranked Boilermakers here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barclaygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Tonight's ball game is sponsored by Texaco. Trust your car to the star, as Texaco with Techron provides unbeatable mileage for all your traveling off the court. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink. We are in the rafters, in the stands. We are in the new broadcast facility at Coleman Coliseum. It's good to have our cohort, Roger Hoover, with his nose in the Bama huddle. What'd you hear, Roger?
Well, it's all about rebounding so far for the Crimson Tide. Nate Oates pointing out that it was 8-2 Purdue to begin this game on the board. So you get a feeling that was a huge point of emphasis for Alabama going into this game. Be as tough as Purdue has been on the boards and also find a way to get some defensive stops. Not enough stops to begin this ball game. So no surprise, Bryan Passink. It's all defense and rebounding being talked about right now.
Well, it's a big reason why Alabama won the game against St. John's is their ability to get on the defensive glass. It was pretty much one and done in Madison Square Garden for the opponent, and that has not been the case in this one. And you can see the size and physicality of this Purdue team. Austin Clough goes 6'11", 255. Trey Kaufman-Wren, 6'9", 240. The size, bulk of those guys paying off here in the early going.
Crimson Tide early has gone 3 of 8. Purdue 5 of 9 from the field. They've missed their 2 shots from beyond the three-point arc. Bama with a couple of bank first threes. And again, to clarify, Bank First is one of our corporate partners. No, the ball did not bank off the window first before going in through the net. Just for those of you that are new, the Tide trailing by that 10-8 score. No turnovers for either side as of yet, but man, the 8-2 points in the paint, obviously a major part of Purdue's success early on.
Yeah, and Alabama thin on the interior with a couple of guys out, so it's going to have to be by committee. And Aiden Sherrill and Noah Williamson are going to have big games for Alabama. I think you will see Taylor Boboin playing some center position, but at his size, he's going to have a hard time blocking out the size and strength of this Purdue front court. But you've got 5 guys, all 5 need to rebound on the defensive end. And easier said than done against the Boilermakers, a team that has the preseason National Player of the Year in Braden Smith. But it's been the interior players for Purdue that's gotten off to a nice start here on the road.
Coming out of the timeout, Houston Millette back on the floor. Amari Allen, the freshman, who has been really impressive in his early debut. The Green Bay, Wisconsin native, 6'8", 205. Wobenon High School, where he was playing last year, as the Boilermakers throw it into the front court, into the low post. They have a cutter down low, and they find the guard for the layup. That was Lawyer, who got the bucket for his first 2. Now on the other end, Philon lost it, taken away initially and controlled by Purdue. They'll thread the needle in transition to Lawyer. He looks, needs help from the wing. Gives it off into the corner. Smith for 3, got it to drop, and it is now quickly a 15-8 advantage for Purdue. A 7-0 run over the last couple of moments for Matt Painter's squad. Allen for 3 to answer, does, and he hawks home a bank first 3-pointer to give the Tide now only a 4-point deficit.
Alabama hadn't scored in almost 2.5 minutes, and the freshman has produced in his first 2+ games now. Big 3 for Bama. They've been struggling on the offensive end. Got to put some stops together against this physical Purdue offense.
Purdue's made 3 in a row as driving will be Smith. Gives it off, and a 3 is up and good from Kaufman-Wren. Trey Kaufman-Wren, the graduate forward from Sellersburg, Indiana, making it an 18-11 lead. Near side 3, Millette too strong, and the rebound controlled on the far side by Smith for Purdue. Smith working inside the arc, throws the lob and laying it up, and missing it was Purdue, and the tip goes out of bounds. It was Kaufman-Wren who had a hand on it after the initial miss, and I believe that was
and Alabama's having a hard time. Defensive rebound, just the second, officially the second defensive rebound for Alabama, and wasn't able to corral it. Ball goes out of bounds off Purdue, but fortunately Bama gets it back. Houston Millette, who struggled shooting the ball on Saturday and early in this game, knocks down a big 3 for Bama. I think we have some technical difficulties with Chris's microphone, but it's Purdue 18, Alabama 14. And Bama gets the stop. You can hear, bank for his 3, Noah Williamson on the pass from Latrell Reitzel Jr. Purdue lead the one 18-17.
Try to work it by committee as the Boilermakers will try a 3, can't get it to go. The Tide 2 within 1 as they work it to the near wing with Jacobson. He'll work it back outside to Harris. Harris trying to spin his way in. Could get the shot to go. Rebound fought for, and a foul's going to be called on the Boilermakers as Amari Allen does the job securing the loose ball. And a foul is called on Purdue. Great hustle by the Tide. Bryan will go old school. We'll hand the mic back and forth until Tom can work his magic. 12:39 time left and an 18-17 Purdue lead, but Bama a chance to get it back as they'll have the ball shortly.
Alabama starting to make some shots, 6-0 run, and getting stops on the defensive end, and that's the key against this Purdue team. Yes, they are big, strong, physical on the defensive end, but they attack the offensive glass, and Alabama's been able to slow them down here the last few minutes.
So the Tide with the basketball. Bowen, far side, now back up, top of the arc, Holloway, 3, bottom, and Bama has the lead.
Not much room at all, but Aiden Holloway doesn't need it. Alabama starting to heat up from deep.
Here come the Boilermakers the other way as Coleman is rocking. 20-18 with 12:08 to go first half. 8th ranked Tide, top ranked Boilermakers here in November. Driving, throwing it into the paint. Little jump hook is no good from Jacobson. Rebounded by Sherrill, and here comes Holloway the other direction. Aiden with it on the far wing to Allen. Amari on the drive, works inside the arc. Holloway thought about it from deep, step back, 3 partially blocked, and it's picked up by Purdue. They'll come the other way, trying to tie it. They'll drive, they'll dish into the corner. Around the circle, they'll work it, and backing it out now is Smith. The crowd reacting as the Bama defense filled in and did its job. Now Smith, a pump fake, tried to get a defender in the air. Couldn't, throws it into the post. It's Jacobson, still trying to work his way against Sherrill. Kicks it over, right side 3, bottom, and that will quiet the home crowd briefly as Harris knocks it home. Now Holloway weaving the other way. Floater in the lane, no good, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Timeout on the floor, 11:08 remaining here in half number 1, 21-20. Purdue with a lead on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coach Oates, great game today.
The team found another gear. They kept grinding, didn't quit, and found a way to deliver another victory.
Like Ford F-Series trucks.
Right. The way you become America's best-selling truck for 48 consecutive years is delivering legendary performance and capability in the big moments, like today.
Thanks, Coach. For great offers on a new Ford truck, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 through 2024 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and at Google Play. Roger Hoover down courtside, our Cooks Pest Control bench reporter. Roger, what are you hearing from the Tide?
Well, Coach Adams, who runs the defense, is liking what he's seeing from Alabama, being able to string together some stops against this very talented Purdue team, but he still says Alabama has a chance to take it to another level defensively. Coach Oates now going everything offensively for the Crimson Tide, but again, that's starting to flow just a little bit better, Bryan, as we see. Again, the defense makes some stops, and now Alabama's responded, making it a one-point game.
Yeah, before that three by Purdue. It was a 9-0 run for Alabama, obviously knocking down shots on the offensive end, but getting stops defensively and closing out those defensive possessions. The rebounding numbers still not what Nate Oates would like. Purdue out-rebounding Alabama 12-6 here in the early going, but much better the last couple of minutes. And offensively, Alabama getting into a rhythm on that end of the floor, led by Aiden Holloway. He's knocked down a couple of threes, getting to the free throw line. And how about the energy of this crowd? Because of technical difficulties, we weren't wearing a headset, passing it back and forth. And my gosh, I couldn't hear. You're screaming right next to me. I couldn't hear a word coming out of your mouth because of the electricity, the atmosphere here at Coleman Coliseum. Crimson Chaos was packed about an hour and a half before this game. A little bit of a late arriving crowd. So many people coming from the Birmingham area and out of town with an early tip, 6 p.m. But right now, I don't see any empty seats here at Coleman Coliseum. And it has been rowdy, especially the last few minutes. And hopefully that continues as Alabama is getting going on both ends of the floor.
Crimson Tide shooting now from the field, 7 of 14, and Bryan, amazing, 6 of 12 from 3. And they're so consistent with doing that it doesn't even seem like it's 50%. It just seems like an Alabama performance from 3.
What's the way they play? And
yeah,
when you have 5 guys on the floor pretty much at all times that can shoot the 3, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Big reason why Alabama led the country in scoring a year ago. I think they may do that again this season. But in this game against this team and the way Purdue rebounds, they got to get stops and get the bigs for Purdue off the offensive glass. For the most part, they've been able to do that the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, but that needs to be consistent throughout.
Aiden Holloway hits 2 free throws and ties the score again. Actually gives Bama the lead, 22-21 with 11:07 and ticking time left in the opening half here at Coleman Coliseum. Front court, Purdue works it, almost tied up, but they work it to the near wing. Spotting up, 3 ball is missed by Mayer, and the rebound controlled by Purdue. A lot of second chance opportunities for the visitors from West Lafayette, Indiana.
It's already 7 offensive rebounds for Purdue.
Mayer with it, looking, giving it off. Driving right side, the big fella, that is Kaufman-Wren, and he lost it out of bounds thanks to the great defense being applied by Taylor Bowen.
Well, that's size and strength with Taylor Kaufman-Wren against the quickness and speed of Taylor Bowen, able to move his feet, get the deflection off Kaufman-Wren. Ball goes out of bounds. Great defensive play by Bowen. A little acting job by Bowen.
A little bit. It's better than bowing up and creating more of an issue. 22-21. Bama with the ball in the lead. 10:30 to go in the half. Driving is Holloway. Kicks it back to TB squared. He'll feed it over to Amari Allen. Allen working top of the arc, driving, dishing, near side. Sherrill, 3. Big man couldn't get it to go on the weak side rebound, claimed by Kaufman-Wren. Here come the Boilermakers front court.
Yeah, good look from Aiden Sherrill. Alabama's getting what they want on the offensive end.
Ball knocked away by Allen, but run down by Purdue. They'll work it to the top of the arc. Spotting up, 3 is good. Crowd reacting because they felt like Clough, in setting a couple of screens, had knocked Bama players to the deck. Instead, Mayer got open, able to knock down the 3 and give the Boilermakers a 2-point lead. And now it's gone because Aiden Holloway answered with another bank first 3.
Ball screen into a dribble handoff for Aiden Holloway. Didn't have much room. The quick release by the junior, knocks it down.
Boilermakers with the basketball. Driving, pulling up right wing from 15 and knocking it home is Mayer. And it's back to a 1-point Purdue advantage. 9:22 and ticking. Time left first half. Allen with it for the Crimson Tide, which trails by 1. Holloway giving it off. Hannah in the corner. The extra pass. 3 ball is missed by Allen, and the rebound controlled by Purdue.
But another wide open look from 3. Alabama's getting the looks they want.
Clough pivots, hands it off, and then it's poked away out of bounds, touched last by Amari Allen. A nice job defensively, but he knocks the ball out of bounds, and possession will stay with the Boilermakers.
Yeah, great defensive play, and even though Alabama's down a point here with just under 9 minutes to play, the pace of play favors Alabama, both teams getting up and down, quick shots, and if that continues, advantage Alabama.
Boilermakers to inbound it from the baseline. Mayer to the right of the basket, surveying the floor, looking, swinging it near side into the corner to Lawyer. Lawyer back to Clough, and Clough will give it back to Mayer. Mayer trying to drive, cut off nicely by Holloway. Mayer will dump it into the paint, jump hook up, and drops in for 2. Kaufman-Wren getting the friendly roll and makes it a 3-point lead again for Purdue.
That was a great defensive possession by Alabama. Forced a difficult shot, but the All-American knocks it down.
Holloway, near corner, 3, bottom. Aiden Holloway, another bank first 3. Alabama already 8 of 16 from beyond the arc. Purdue, though, 4 of 8. And we've got a tie game at 28 all with 8:18 to go first half.
And already 4 assists for LeBaron Filon, getting in the lane, making plays for himself and teammates.
Mayer had it poked away. It's stolen by Filon. LeBaron to the rack, throws it home.
Great job defensively. Alabama gets the deflection. It's LeBaron Filon all by himself. And listen to this Coleman Coliseum crowd.
Holloway got the initial deflection, I believe, that set it up for LeBaron. As now on the other end, Mayer pull-up jumper from 15 is good. Team swapping baskets, 30 all. Now our score with 7:44 to go in the half. Holloway looking, driving, has a man on his hip, kicks it in the corner. Filon for 3 again. Missed it this time. Long rebound, knocked out of bounds by Purdue. Bama will have the ball when we come back to Coleman. 7:33 to play first half. Again, a tie ball game between 2 top 10 teams, Alabama and Purdue, here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
When it comes to land care, you need equipment that's a slam dunk every time. At Tri Green Equipment, we provide the tried and true support you need for your John Deere gear. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're always ready to assist you in making those game-winning plays. Visit us today and experience the unbeatable support that keeps you in the game. Tri Green Equipment, proud sponsor of Crimson Tide basketball.
Back at Coleman Coliseum, score tied 30 all. Bama and Purdue 7:33 to go in the first half. The Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education is a proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. 90% of a child's brain develops by age 5. Learn more at children.alabama.gov. To the floor now, Bryan Passink, Chris Stewart, and Roger Hoover.
Good recovery, Tom. Right now in the Crimson Tide huddle, they are still talking about defense and rebounding. Again, some better things from Alabama defensively during this last stretch, but making sure you stay with the open shooter is going to be one key thing they're talking about right now in the Crimson Tide huddle, because that can be tough to do with how Purdue has gotten up and down the floor. So again, no surprise, Brian. Still talking all about the defense and the rebounding. Coach Oates starting to diagram a few things right now for the offense.
Yeah, and Alabama didn't shoot the ball great against St. John's. Played great, didn't shoot it great, only 31% from the three-point line, but a different story here in this game. Alabama is shooting it from the three-point line. Already 8 made threes for Alabama from deep. Alabama 8 for 17 from 3, 10 for 20 overall. So just a couple of made field goals inside the arc, and the last one coming from LeBaron Philon, who's gotten off to a great start. He's got 4 assists, had the steal and dunk after the deflection from Aiden Holloway. So Bama doing the job offensively, taking care of the ball for the most part, but not able to get stops consistently. The size, the physicality on the inside, paying off for Purdue. They're one of the biggest, strongest teams in the country on the interior. Alabama down a couple of big men due to injury. And right now it's been Purdue on the inside. The Boilermakers shooting 54% from the field, 13 for 24. Alabama shooting it, well, 10 for 20, and almost all of that damage coming from deep.
Out of the timeout, Alabama with Noah Williamson on the floor. Also, London Jemison is inbounding it as Philon gets it in to Williamson on the near wing, hands it back to LeBaron. He'll survey the floor from the top of the arc, now drives right, gives it off. Williamson down the lane he goes, nearly threw it away, but Philon has it after the tip, puts up a 3, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Purdue.
Not a great looking offensive possession for Alabama. Noah Williamson almost turned it over and ended up with a decent shot, but not able to convert.
Boilermakers with the basketball, working onto the right wing with a dribble is Kaufman-Wren. Spins, shoots, and gets the friendly roll. He's had a few of those here early. He's got 11 points to lead Purdue. Holloway with 14 leads Bama, but the layup good for 2 underneath on a nice move by Noah Williamson.
I think that was it Jemison?
You're right, I'm sorry.
We're a long way up here.
I looked wrong, and it was my fault.
But it was a great move, pretty well defended, able to hang in the air and score.
Flop by the Purdue guard to try to draw the attention, and he missed the world with that 3. Out of bounds in possession will belong to the Crimson Tide.
Alabama finally gets a stop. Purdue heating up from the field. They had made 5 out of their last 5, and both teams shooting it well from the perimeter. Knotted up. We thought we'd see a big time back and forth game between 2 of the best in the country, and we've gotten it so far.
Bama throws a lob to Taylor Bowen, gets broken up, but he's able to control it. Finding the guard who couldn't get it to go. That was the Tide missing it. Reitzel, and here comes Purdue the other way. Latrell's floater in the lane wouldn't drop, and Purdue with the basketball, front court, 2 hour left. Tied up at 32, under 6 minutes to go in the half. A bounce pass down low that was misread a bit. It was Kaufman-Wren who was trying to connect with Jacobson, cutting to the basket. He was looking for a pass high. It went low and behind him, and so it will be Bama basketball after the Boilermaker turnover.
Not a great decision by Kaufman-Wren. That is a shot he makes with consistency, but decided to try to pass it. His teammate assumed what I assumed, that he was going to take the shot, the result, a Purdue turnover.
Philon with the basketball, working to the elbow, driving the lane, floater with one hand, wouldn't go, and the rebound controlled by the Boilermakers. Purdue with it in the front court. Smith lets traffic go by, picks up the dribble, throws it down to Kaufman-Wren. He'll give it off in the paint, laying it up for 2 is Jacobson. Kept it above everybody that time, and it produced 2 to give the Boilermakers a 34-32 lead.
Easy to do when you're 7-4.
True. Bowen giving it back off to Holloway. Aiden playing off a screen, working inside the arc, pivots, hands it off to Philon, to Bowen. His three, good. Taylor Bowen gives Bama the 35-34 advantage on what is now the Tide's ninth banked first three-pointer of the first half.
Alabama relentless from beyond the arc. 5 guys on the floor almost all the time that can shoot the three. Bowen knocks down a big one for Alabama.
Boilermakers able to get the seal off inside. A nice move on the part of Kaufman-Wren, who's starting to heat up as well. He's got 13, and Alabama trails by 1. But a moving screen's going to be whistled on Taylor Bowen.
They got him on the roll, high pick and roll, and it was LeBaron Philon turning the corner. Say Bowen held his man, or may have been moving a little bit too early, and Alabama turns it over. It's been the three-point shooting of Alabama forcing the bigs of Purdue to have to guard the three-point line. They haven't been able to do it, but you flip it around. Alabama hasn't been able to guard the inside play of Purdue. The Boilermakers, they've made 7 of their last 8, and they are going to work in the paint.
2 fouls, as Bryan mentioned, on Taylor Bowen. He's 2 for 3 from 3, and he has to leave the game, replaced by Aiden Sherrill, who is defending Kaufman-Wren. Right side, jump hook, rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Allen of Alabama, and Amari will bring it ahead. Allen, left side to Millette. Extra pass, Sherrill, corner 3. That one hit the rim, went straight up, and then fell through the net.
We had a great defensive possession against Kaufman-Wren, forced a difficult shot, was wide open in the corner. We both thought he missed it. Got the shooter's roll, and Alabama's 10th made 3 of the first half.
10 of 20 from the arc. Boilermakers throw it away inside. Bama the other direction. Reitzel weaving through traffic. Gets into the lane. Spins underneath the basket. Got bumped and fouled, and that will be on Lawyer of Purdue. And it brings us to our final media timeout of the opening half of action. 3:41 remains here in the opening half of play from Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. The matchup between Alabama and Purdue. It's a 38-36 score. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Texaco is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Trust your car to the star, as Texaco with Techron provides unbeatable mileage for all your traveling off the court. 3:41 to go in the first half. Bama's up 2 over Purdue, 38-36. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores around the SEC, and a quick chat with Coach Nados, presented by Cook's Pest Control and conducted by Roger Hoover.
Well, right now in the huddle, again, good positivity about what Alabama's starting to do offensively and defensively. Just trying to finish out this first half on the right note. It's going to be important, according to Coach Adams. Now it's Coach Oates and Coach Fleming kind of going over the offense for the Crimson Tide. Do want to say we have some notable guests joining us courtside, and Nick and Terry Saban. Great to see Coach Saban and his wife here tonight, sitting next to Greg and Regina Byrne. And then right behind them, they're just announced over PA system that Aaliyah Nye is in the building as well, from the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA, who just won a championship, played so well for Christy Curry here for Alabama women's basketball. So they're enjoying this with courtside, and hopefully, Brian, we'll see Alabama have the lead at halftime.
Please tell me Coach Saban had to get a media pass.
No credential on him. I'm going to have to alert Aaron Jordan. Thank you, Chris.
You got it.
Listen, security's tight around Coleman Coliseum, so Listen, I'm glad they're taking care of Coach Saban.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, interrupted.
No,
Go ahead,
please, this is important. Now, listen, Alabama's shooting the lights out from the three-point line. Already 10 made threes in the first half, but unfortunately can't get stops on the defensive end. And give both coaching staffs credit. They're taking advantage of what the opponent is allowing. And Alabama going with 4 and 5 guards that can shoot the three. Purdue's had no answers at the three-point line, but Alabama's not had a lot of answers with their interior defense. And Trey Kaufman-Renn, who had 26 in the matchup last year at the Mackey Center, well on his way. He's already got 13 for the Boilermakers.
Bama up 2 with the ball with 3:36 to go in the half. Working front court to our right. Philon working against the Purdue defense, works inside the arc and traveled. He was ready to dump it off to Reitzel. Did they switch defenses right there? Or did they just make a switch?
It looked initially like they went to zone, but I'm not sure that was the case, because when the cutter ran through, Braden Smith, he ran with the cutter, but a little bit of a different look defensively for the Boilermakers coming out of that timeout.
And that did throw Philon off a little bit, as driving will be Smith. Pivot, shoots a fall away, blocked by Philon, but back into the hands of Smith. And now it will be Kaufman-Renn trying to back his way down against Sherrill, and he got the friendly roll again.
Uses his body so well. Once again, well defended by Aiden Sherrill. Just a great offensive play by an All-American.
Tie game at 38 in the lane. Philon, the lob, no good, and the rebound controlled by Jacobson of Purdue.
I think that was a missed shot. It is hard to tell from our perspective up here, but I think he just missed a floater.
I think he did too. Couldn't get it to go, and here comes Kaufman-Renn again inside. Missed it this time. Poked by Allen in the direction of Sherrill, who now will see Bama get it to Allen. Over to Millette for 3. Too strong. Rebound fought for and claimed by Kaufman-Renn. He's got 15 points and now 7 rebounds in the first half. And then the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Crimson Tide on the Purdue end of the floor, as they'll get their center Clough back in, replacing Jacobson. Alabama also getting Taylor Bowen back in, as Holloway has come in to replace LeBaron Philon, and Latrell Reitzel on the floor as well. Boilermakers work it into the paint. Tough fall away shot missed by Smith. Rebound claimed though by Purdue. A deep 3 near side, no good. Clough over the back of Bowen, no whistle, as he claims the rebound, throws it near side. Smith, an open 3, and he gets it to go. Boilermakers getting second, third, and maybe even a 4th chance opportunity as they lead it 41-38. Allen with the basketball, cut off on the baseline. Gives it back out now to Holloway. Aiden trying to work his way free. 1:39 to go in the half. Holloway got fouled from behind. And that will be, I believe,
just the 4th.
Yeah, that's right.
For Purdue. And neither team close to the bonus with 1:37 to play in the first half, but Alabama going back to the defensive end. The size, the bulk, the physicality of Purdue paying dividends for the Boilermakers as they get a couple of opportunities and ultimately knock down the 3 to take the 3-point lead.
Holloway with the basketball, trying to work against the big man Clough. Gives it off to Allen. Allen will drive, gets into the paint. His pass intended for Sherrill is deflected out of bounds by Purdue.
We would have loved to see Amari Allen go back to Aiden Holloway. Had the 6'11" Clough matched up on him late in the shot clock. Loved the quickness advantage of Aiden Holloway with that matchup.
Inbounded to Allen on the wing. He'll drive to the block, goes right at Clough. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound controlled by Purdue. Nate Oates wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Mayer for 3, wouldn't go, and the rebound controlled by Allen, and Alabama with 1:08 to go in the half. 41-38, Purdue with the lead, Bama with the basketball. Working to the top of the arc. Driving down the lane now is Reitzel. Tough leader, counted, and he is fouled. A chance for the and one opportunity that would tie the score with under 55 seconds remaining in the first half.
It's really amazing to see what Latrell Reitzel's been able to do since coming back from the Achilles injury last year. He's actually quicker and more explosive than prior to the injury. Missed a couple of floaters the last couple of games, but able to get downhill, take the contact, and use that quickness to get to the basket, and a three-point play opportunity coming up.
Reitzel knocks home the freebie, and we are tied at 41. 54.5 seconds officially as the clock winds, and Bama on the defensive end. Devion Hanna defending against Mayer, who has it front court. Clough with it now, back to Mayer. 15 on the shot clock, 38 on the game clock. Here in the first half, tie game in the paint, getting the floater to go again is Kaufman-Wren, who has 17 to lead everybody. Bama will go with the use it or lose it timeout right here with 26.7 remaining in the half, and there is about a second and a half differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Well, we found out earlier today that Trey Kaufman-Wren was going to play in this game. They're All-American. Didn't play in their first two games. He's a little bit banged up and found out he was playing today. I was hoping Matt Painter would rest him one more game.
I thought he needed more rest.
I agree, but boy, he has been so good. Boilermaker fans are very happy that their big man is back. He's got 17 in the first half, 8 for 10 from the field. 8 rebounds, and he was dominant a year ago in West Lafayette. Purdue was able to get the victory behind the play of Trey Kaufman-Wren, and he has been every bit as good, if not better, here in the first almost 20 minutes of the half. But fortunately, Alabama shot it really well here in the first half. Alabama just under 50%, 14 for 30 here in the first half, 10 for 21 from deep, and about a 2.5 second disparity between shot clock and game clock. Hopefully Alabama can get the last shot of the half and give themselves a chance for an offensive rebound.
Holloway, Philon, Bowen, Millette, and Reitzel, the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Bama will hold it out near center court. Shot clock at 11, 10. Philon still with it at 8, 7. Being challenged at 6 and gets fouled. And that was by design. That's only the 5th on Purdue. They wanted to make it get under 10, and they may foul again to make sure Alabama can't drive towards the basket and use more time off the game clock.
Also, 2 of the best coaches in the country
No
going
doubt.
at it. Good decision by Matt Painter and his squad.
Reitzel looking to get it in bounds, does to Philon, and LeBaron will bring it front court at 5, at 4. Philon at 3, at 2. Tough shot at 1, no good. Rebound controlled by Clough, and the half ends with Purdue on top, 43-41. A battle as we expected at Coleman. Roger now with coach.
In the first half,
our defense got to get a lot better. Our defensive rebounding, we're getting killed on the old boards. Offensively, we haven't been terrible, but it'd be nice if we'd finish the layup down there. We got to handle their physicality a little bit better. Defensively, we got to be more disruptive, and we're getting killed on the glass right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Roger. And yes, 25-11, Purdue out rebounding Alabama, including a 10-2 offensive rebounding advantage in this first half of play. Our conversation with Coach Nate Oates at the half is presented by Cook's Pest Control. Give pests the full court press and call Cook's today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. Again at the half, Purdue leading Bama 43-41 here in Coleman Coliseum on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we take a lot of things lightly. Dog on the couch? Sure, that's fine. Wearing socks or sandals? Why not? But sweet tea? Around here, sweet tea is a way of life. One of the unspoken rules. Just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar, and that's it. Always refreshing. Always Red Diamond. Find us in your local refrigerated section. Red Diamond Sweet Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit RollTide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. The Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. And by Cook's Pest Control. Give pests the full court press and call Cook's today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Halftime at Coleman Coliseum. It is the 8th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide trailing the number 2-ranked Purdue Boilermakers 43-41 at the break. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you to the Toyota Halftime Report. Taking a look at Alabama in the first half, it was Aiden Holloway who led the Crimson Tide with 14 points. He was 4 of 7 shooting from the floor, 4 of 6 from three-point land. Other Crimson Tide scores include Taylor Bull-Bowen with 6 points, 5 points from Aiden Sherrill, as well as 3 points each from Houston Millett, Latrell Wrightsell Jr., Amari Allen, and Noah Williamson. 2 points each by LeBaron Filon, as well as London Jemison. Meanwhile, for Purdue, Trey Kaufman-Wren, who had a great game against Alabama a year ago in West Lafayette, he leads the way with 17 points, 8 of 10 from the floor, and he also has 8 rebounds to lead the Boilermakers. Other scores include Braden Smith with 8 points and then 7 points by Omar Mayer. Once again, the score in halftime, it's Purdue 43 and Alabama 41. We'll be back with more of the Toyota Halftime Report next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Roll Tide fans, this is Roger Hoover. Join me and former Alabama quarterback and football radio analyst Tyler Watts each Monday night at 6 p.m. for Crimson Tide Rewind. Live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills, we'll rewind the last Bama game and look ahead to next Saturday for the Crimson Tide and the rest of the SEC. Crimson Tide Rewind each Monday at 6 p.m. all across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 68 years. The South's go-to potato chips, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they are crafted from traditional Southern recipes. Whether it's the tangy punch of sweet heat potato chips or the fiery bite of Louisiana hot pork rinds, Golden Flake are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Halftime in Tuscaloosa, the Purdue Boilermakers with a 43-41 lead against the Alabama Crimson Tide at the break. Time for a scoreboard update presented by Alabama Power. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Well, it's kind of a rare Thursday night game for Alabama men's basketball. Only one other SEC game is scheduled, and that's coming up in 4 minutes from Baton Rouge as LSU host FIU. And then also tonight, just one other matchup involving a top 25 team. It's 17th ranked Michigan State with a 53-38 lead against San Jose State with only 13 minutes left to go in that ball game from East Lansing. Here in Tuscaloosa is the Alabama Crimson Tide only down by 2 at the break to number 2 Purdue. Again, the score, Purdue 43, Alabama 41. Back with more of the Toyota Halftime Report next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coach Oates, great game today.
The team found another gear. They kept grinding, didn't quit, and found a way to deliver another victory.
Like Ford F-Series trucks.
Right. The way you become America's best-selling truck for 48 consecutive years is delivering legendary performance and capability in the big moments, like today.
Thanks, Coach. For great offers on a new Ford truck, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 through 2024 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 68 years. The South's go-to potato chips, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they are crafted from traditional Southern recipes. Whether it's the tangy punch of sweet heat potato chips or the fiery bite of Louisiana hot pork rinds, Golden Flake are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings? With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit. But we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
So the Tide with the basketball. Bowen, far side, now back up, top of the arc, Holloway, three, bottom, and Bama has the lead.
Bama trails Purdue at the half, 43-41 halftime stats. Shooting percentage, Bama 45% overall, 48 from bank first, 3 land, 3 of 3 from the foul line. For Purdue, 51% overall, 42 outside the arc, and 0 of 2 from the stripe. Team rebounding, as Chris said, Purdue leads at 25-11. And turnovers, Bama with 3, Boilermakers with 4. Again at the half, Bama trails Purdue 43-41. And that does it for the Toyota halftime report. Second half's coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barclaygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Basketball of Alabama means one thing: time to dunk. And we're not just talking about on the court. At Fusakli's, we're dunking our hand-battered chicken fingers straight into our house-made sauces and washing it down with our fresh squeezed lemonade. Whether you're heading to Coleman Coliseum or watching from home, make Fusakli's your pregame stop. Hot, fresh, and made to order, just the way Tide fans like it. Fusakli's, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryan Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Looking to make a statement? Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is more than fast and more than signs. With our incredible range of signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement with Fast Signs. Stop in today or visit fastsigns.com. A proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Let's create something amazing together.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. The second half is just moments away. Roll Tide.
Bama trails it at the half, 43-41 to Purdue. What to look for in the second half is presented by Citgo. Try Clean gasoline today at Citgo BP. We'll get your thoughts after this. 10 seconds, station ID on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Once again, we'll get Brian Passink's thoughts on what to look for in the second half. BP?
Got to get stops, and easier said than done against the front line of Purdue. We knew coming into this game that Alabama was down a couple of interior players, and Purdue has been able to take advantage of Alabama not having that size and depth on the inside. And a guy that killed Alabama a year ago in West Lafayette, Kaufman-Wren, had 26 points in that game, and he's ahead of that pace in this one. 17 points. He's 8 for 10 from the field, 8 rebounds, 5 coming on the offensive end. Alabama's had no answers for him, and even Oscar Clough at 6'11", 255. He's been dominant on the boards, and rebounding has been the key for Purdue. Alabama had been pretty good rebounding the ball in its first couple of games, but not so much here so far, at least in the first half. Alabama getting out-rebounded 25-11. That number needs to change in a big way, but the good news for Alabama is shooting the lights out from deep. Bama 10 for 21 from the three-point line.
So Alabama will start the second half with Holloway, Millette, Philon, Bowen, and Sherrill as their 5. Purdue front court to our right with possession of the basketball and a 2-point lead, 43-41. Kaufman-Wren handing it off to Smith. Smith working top of the arc, now working into the paint. Drives right side, a pump fake, drew a defender in the air, and then drew the foul. Well, that's good work by a veteran against the sophomore LeBaron Philon.
He is so difficult to guard. You could say that about both of those guards. But Braden Smith, the pump fake, about 3 pump fakes, finally got LeBaron Philon in the air. It was well defended initially, but a very difficult player to guard. The only player in America that was a consensus first-team preseason All-American. 8 points in the first half, able to get to the free throw line to start the second.
First free throw up and good to make it a 3-point advantage. Preseason National Player of the Year, first-team All-American, and one of the best to ever wear a Purdue uniform. 45-41 after both free throws are good. 19.5 minutes to play here in regulation at Coleman Coliseum. Philon working, throwing the lob. Sherrill, great catch in traffic. Pump fake once, twice, third time, and then got the shot to go. Nice. Good patience by the sophomore.
Yeah, against a 6'11 center who's been dominant on the inside, but good to see Aiden Sherrill get going. LeBaron Philon, who's had a nice game passing the ball, won't get an assist on that one. Has 5 assists, but beautiful pass on the inside.
Kaufman-Wren working it over to the left wing. Little runner off the window is good, and a foul's going to be called on the Crimson Tide's Aiden Holloway. It was C.J. Cox, the sophomore out of Milton Academy in Lexington, Massachusetts, who got it to drop.
Going back to last year at the Mackey Center, of course, it was mentioned Kaufman-Wren throughout the game, but Cox was hot from 3 to start the second half. Big difference maker in that game as a young player. And so far here in the early going, it's been Purdue taking the ball to the basket with their guards. Not something we saw in the first half.
48-43, Boilermakers with the advantage here in these early moments of the second half of play. Jumper from the top of the arc, no good from Philon, and the rebound controlled by Clough and Purdue.
LeBaron Philon struggling scoring, just 1 for 8 now. His only bucket, a breakaway dunk.
Inside, they'll work it to the big man, Kaufman-Wren. He said he got pushed, no whistle, shot was missed, and Bama comes the other way. Sherrill pivots, takes a couple of dribbles to his left, a third, a fourth, a fifth. Down the lane, bucket is good, and he is fouled. The and one opportunity for Aiden Sherrill, and he'll try to add to what is already a 4-point total in the half for him and try to make it a 2-point game.
A great start here in the second half for Aiden Sherrill, and not exactly his strength. Alabama's got a bunch of guys on the perimeter that can put it on the deck and get past the defender. Aiden Sherrill, a guy that can score at the basket, shoot the 3, but breaking down guys off the dribble is not his strength, but it was on that possession, and finishes a 3-point play.
And stayed under control the entire way, which is why he got the opportunity for the and one, which he converted, and the Tide's back to within a bucket. 48-46 Boilermakers, 18-14 moving, time left second half here in Tuscaloosa. Purdue with it to the top of the arc. Clough, he'll take a dribble and will hand it off to Smith. Reverses back up top. They go onto the right wing with it to Lawyer, and it's nearly stolen by the Tide, but Clough picks it up. 4 on the shot clock. Deep 3 is up, hits the iron, goes out of bounds, and possession will belong to the Crimson Tide after the desperation 3 wouldn't go on the far wing. I believe it was Cox who tried to get that one to go.
If Alabama can start putting some defensive stops together here in the second half, going to give them a great chance to win with as much offensive firepower as Alabama has. Just not able to do it consistently on the defensive end against the Boilermakers.
Holloway around to Millette. Catch and shoot. 3. No good as Houston struggles. Continue, and a rebounding foul is going to be whistled on Clough and Purdue. That'll be the second on the Boilermakers. 4 total fouls in the first 2.5 minutes of this second half. We only had 7 total, I believe, called in the first 20 minutes of play collectively.
It's been a struggle shooting the ball the last couple of games for Houston Millette. Was 1 for 6 against St. John's, just 1 for 4 in this one. He's getting some good looks.
Phylon on the drive, got bumped on the baseline, and that'll be another foul on Clough, and that'll quickly be his second. So back-to-back fouls on the Purdue big man.
Both teams about it. The number of fouls they had in the first half total here was 17:34 to play. Just 3, but boy, Purdue did a great job of defending without fouling in the first 20 minutes.
Inbounds to Holloway, who has it between the circles. Aiden gives it off, knocked away out of bounds, touch last by Smith. Millette was trying to meet the pass, and Smith got a fingertip on it just before he arrived there. So possession will stay with the Crimson Tide. 17:23 to go. Bama down 48-46 to the top-ranked Boilermakers. Driving Phylon. Beautiful step through as he weaved through a lot of traffic and got the layup to go, and we are tied at 48.
And hopefully that'll get LeBaron Phylon going. It's gotten this crowd going. LeBaron now 2 for 9. Has not shot the ball well, but a beautiful move to the basket.
Clough hands it off. Lawyer, jumper, got it to go. Had a 2 because he had a foot on the line. And then Bama sloppy with the basketball near the sideline. Holloway thought he had it, took his eye off of it, and lost it out of bounds. And possession will go back to Purdue. Here's Reitzel in, replacing Houston Millette. 50-48, Boilermakers with a lead over Bama with 16:54 to go. Boilermaker ball in the 2-point lead. Smith working away from Phylon and Sherrill, who's chasing. Kicks it in the corner. The 3 is up, no good. And Reitzel, a great rebound on the weak side, saves it to Sherrill. And now Bama wants to push it. They don't have numbers. And now everybody catches up in the lane. Phylon got bumped, no whistle until he commits a foul, trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, frustration
right there.
Frustration foul from LeBaron Phylon. Ran right into 6'11", 255 Oscar Clough. And well defended, a little bit of contact, not enough to warrant a foul. And LeBaron Phylon with a frustration foul as Purdue gets it back.
Yeah, he's 0 for 4. Phylon is from 3. Just 2 points in the ball game. Smith will try one and knock it down. Phylon not able to get to him, and the Boilermakers lead by 5, 53-48, nearing the 16-minute mark of this first half. Be good to get Holloway going again, too. Aiden working inside the arc. In the lane, teardrop, hits the back iron, rolls off. Rebound fought for, saved initially by Purdue. Now a scramble, saved by Sherrill. Gives it off initially to Bolboa. Now bodies are everywhere, and Purdue loses it out of bounds. Bama will have the basketball after we mop up a ton of sweat and try to get a reset on this second half. 53-48, Purdue with the lead, 15:47 to play here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Baumhower's Victory Grill has introduced an all-new holiday menu to help you make your holidays legendary. This festive new menu is highlighted by 3 delicious holiday favorites, including Baumhower's bringing back the popular and award-winning Hot Bama Brown. Baumhower's version uses their almost fried turkey placed on barbecue bread with mushroom gravy, Blanco and Parmesan cheese, finished with applewood smoked bacon and fresh tomato, served with garlic mashed potatoes.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Texaco. Trust your car to the star as Texaco with Techron provides unbeatable mileage for all your traveling off the court. Bama's down 5, 53-48 to Purdue, 15-47 to go in the ball game. Passionate fans and ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Enjoy Roger Hoover is on the Bama sideline.
Well, right now, Houston Millett doing a great job really firing up his teammates. We've heard that he's been a vocal leader really ever since he got here to Alabama. We can really see it in a huddle like that. After Coach Adams talks about the defense, kind of that in-between time before Coach Oates, Coach Fleming start diagramming the offense. Houston Millett really the loudest voice that was heard, trying to fire everybody up. So again, going over some assignments as we get ready to resume play as Purdue leads 53-48. But great to see the leadership, Bryan, of Houston Millett.
Yeah, Houston hasn't shot the ball as well as he's capable the last couple of games. He was 1 for 6 from the three-point line against St. John's, and here in this one, struggling from 3 as well. But a great three-point shooter. Millett just 1 for 4 from deep, but a guy that gets it done on both ends of the floor and capable of getting hot from 3. Hopefully that happens. Want to see LeBaron Philon get going. Had a beautiful move and finish at the rim. He's now just 2 for 9, but looks a little better here in the second half. Still 5 assists, but for Alabama, it's going to come down to getting stops against this Purdue front line. They've been dominant. The Boilermakers have, rebounding the ball, out-rebounding Alabama 27-15 in this one. And Alabama wants to win this game. That rebounding number is going to have to get a little closer. I don't know that Alabama at this point can out-rebound Purdue with their size, and Alabama's going with a smaller lineup, and they've been able to expose that on the offensive end, getting looks from 3, but got to have 5 guys blocking out. It'll be Noah Williamson getting a shot at the center position. Aiden Terrell has been so good in this game. He's got 10 points, but he will check out and get a breather.
Clough is out, and Jacobson in to replace him. 1 7-footer replaced by another as Bama inbounds against that viewed obstruction. Inside, Bowen outside to Reitzel. He'll get it in the paint, puts up a teardrop, wouldn't go. Rebound tipped out by Williamson, but controlled by Purdue.
If Latrell Reitzel could add the floater to his game like we've seen from LeBaron Philon and Aiden Holloway, he is going to be so difficult to slow down on the offensive end, but he has not been able to make it with consistency through the first couple of games.
Noah Williamson got tangled up down low with Trey Kaufman-Wren, and the foul will be the 4th on the Crimson Tide this half. Kaufman-Wren on the drive. They'll get Williamson again for the foul as he bumped him there. Two fouls within 10 seconds on the Bama forward.
That is a difficult matchup for the Bucknell transfer. Noah Williamson, really good passer, rebounder, the Patriot Player of the Year last season, Patriot League Player of the Year, but different level here in the SEC playing against the Big Ten's best.
Catch and shoot jumper near wing, no good off the inbounds. Rebounded Philon far side, brings it front court. LeBaron kicks it near side. Bowen left alone, 3, bottom. Boy, if he can make that consistently throughout the year, he'll be one of the more difficult guys to defend in the country.
And I believe he will. He shot 41% from 3 last year at Florida State. Beautiful ball fake to Latrell Reitzel in the corner. That freed him up, and he knocks it down.
53-51 Purdue driving in. Wren lost it, taken away by Reitzel, and Bama runs the other way. Latrell stops, pops, drops the 3, and the Tide is back on top. 54-53 Bama. Nate Oates starts flapping the arms to get the crowd into it, and are they ever. A packed house here at Coleman on their feet. 14:25 to go. Boilermakers throw it down low in the lob. Way too easy right there for the big man Jacobson to regain the lead for Purdue. But here comes Holloway the other way to Reitzel on the wing. Latrell on the drive, gets bumped. And that'll be team foul number 4 on the Boilermakers.
It's been an interesting contrast in styles in this game. You've got Jacobson, who you mentioned too easy. You're right. But he's 7'4". They just threw it up, but he's got to guard somebody on the defensive end. Alabama's been able to expose the big men for Purdue on that end of the floor. They can't keep up with the quickness of Alabama, the three-point shooters, but Alabama hasn't had a lot of answers for the size of Purdue.
Phylon inbounds it to Bowen, who hands it back to LeBaron on the near wing. Flips it over to Latrell, back to Phylon. Gives it off in the corner. Bowen driving in the lane, playing through contact. Shot wouldn't go, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Great example of Jacobson at 7'4", who just had the easy dunk. He doesn't have the lateral quickness to stay with Taylor Bowen. Bowen at 6'10", 6'11". Slight frame, but explosive quickness as he goes right past the 7'4" center for Purdue. Almost an and one. Gets the foul, and he'll go to the line for two.
Taylor Bowen at the stripe for Alabama, where he has made 7 of 11 from the free throw line coming into this ball game. First attempt tonight, and he knocks down the first try. Jericho, Vermont native. Played at Florida State the last 2 years, excuse me. 6'10", 202.
Vermont native by way of Sudan, then Egypt, then Vermont. Tallahassee, too. T-Town, where we are so thankful to have him.
See the world as the free throws are good, and Bama leads it now 56-55 with 13:52 and ticking left. Boilermakers with the basketball. Smith cut off, gets a return pass, gives it back. They'll work it around to the left wing. Stop, look, they'll give it back out to Kaufman-Wren. His leaner in the lane is good. Kaufman-Wren now with 19 as he's made 9 of 14 from the field, most of them in the paint. Now it's Holloway with Bama down 1 to Williamson for 3. Too strong. Rebound tipped, and a foul's going to be whistled on Taylor Bowen, and that's going to be his third, Brian. 11 points, actually 1 rebound, but 3 fouls now on Taylor Bowen.
Difficult assignment for Noah Williamson against Trey Kaufman-Wren, able to drive by. And pretty good defensive footwork by Noah Williamson, but a little bit of a push-off, not enough to warrant a foul from Kaufman-Wren. That got him free from about 4 or 5 feet, and he makes that little half hook, jump hook in the lane about as consistently as anybody that I've seen in college basketball in a long time.
57-56, Purdue with a 1-point lead in the ball. 13-13 remaining in the second half. Bama trying to get a trap at midcourt. Smith worked away from it, unloaded it. They get it in the corner to Mayer. Mayer lost the ball, got it back. Now to Kaufman-Wren, double team. He'll dribble away from traffic. Gives it out to Smith. Bama with hounding defense. Smith, runner up, no good, and a rebounding foul's going to be called on the Tide and Aiden Sherrill.
Yeah, and it was. He didn't need to do it. He just grabbed the defender, and you appreciate the effort, but boy, Alabama with a great defensive possession, can't afford to get in foul trouble. We saw that throughout Saturday against St. John's, and Aiden Sherrill trying to play with physicality, but gotta understand they're going to call that every single time, and it'll send Jacobson to the line and try to extend this 1-point Purdue lead.
Wasn't a hook and hold, but it was a
tackle.
Grab him and shove him. So Jacobson, the 7-footer, missing the front end of a 1-and-1, and Reitzel clears that miss for the Crimson Tide. Third rebound for Latrell. He'll work it to the right wing, pulls up for a deep 2. It's no good, and the rebound controlled by Jacobson of Purdue.
That's one you almost can't believe Latrell misses. It was a difficult shot, but in rhythm, just a little short with it. Good look from Reitzel.
Bama with a double team, and Sherrill forced the turnover. He and Holloway, the Aiden trap on the All-American Smith. He couldn't hang on to it, lost it out of bounds, and Bama will take it away.
What a great play by Aiden Sherrill. You mentioned the All-American Braden Smith, a player that just doesn't turn it over, but the length by Aiden Sherrill and the effort knocks it off of Purdue.
Holloway, top of the arc. Foul.
Relentless from the three-point line. This Alabama team, I think the best backcourt in the country. They keep coming after you.
And the Tide forces a Purdue timeout. We'll take the break as well with 12:15 to play. 59-57, Bama leading the top-ranked Boilermakers when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Wednesday night, join us for Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Crimson Tide coaches and players. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all Alabama athletics and CTSN social media platforms. Hey Coach, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. all across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Roll Tide.
What's up, Alabama? This is Ron Williams reminding you that the best offense against termites, mosquitoes, and other pests is Cook's Pest Control. I run routes and make catches on the field, but off the field, I trust Cooks to catch what I can't. Fast, precise, always getting the job done right, just like me. That's pest control you can trust. Call Cooks today for your free inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Bama is up 2. 12:15 to go in the ball game. Bama 59, Purdue 57. And when you want the best steak in Alabama, go to Big Mike's Steakhouse. Visit online at bigmikesteakhouse.com for a location near you. You're always close to a Big Mike's. Close to the Bama huddle is Roger Hoover.
Yeah, and that was a good stretch for the Crimson Tide. Obviously, anytime you end going into immediate timeout up by 2, certainly good to see that. But also in terms of a good stretch for the blue-collar points. That was Alabama's best margin in terms of blue-collar points we have seen so far in this ballgame. So, Bryan, that points to Alabama doing all the little things well, especially deflecting, rebounding at a high level. It all came together in that last stretch.
Yeah, I don't know that Matt Painter calls them blue-collar points, but the reason for the success of Purdue under Matt Painter is that mindset. These are two teams that are obviously talented, the number 1 team in the country according to the coaches poll in Purdue. Alabama, a top 10 team going at it, but both teams preach toughness. Now, they do it different ways. Matt Painter's team plays methodically. They go inside, more inside out than outside in. NATO's the fastest paced team in America most years, the leading scoring team in college basketball a year ago. They do it different ways, but it is about toughness on both ends, and we've seen that toughness here throughout this game. And Alabama getting on the floor for loose balls and getting stops, finally starting to put some stops together, and they're going to need to do that. You can't get stops against Purdue if you don't close them out on the defensive end, rebounding the ball, and still Purdue has a pretty significant advantage on the backboard, but that gap is narrowing, and if it continues to narrow over the last 12-15 of this game, Alabama's going to have a great chance to win it. Bama is getting hot from the three-point line, and one of the reasons why they're getting great looks against this Purdue defense. Purdue has size, but not the quickness and ability to defend the three like some teams, but on the other end, Purdue's able to go inside and finish Trey Kaufman-Wren with another All-American type game.
Inbounds play. We've got a trip whistled on Alabama. I think they called that on Davion Hannah. It's Hannah, Allen, Jemison, Sherrill, and Reitzel that are the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. And it'll be a 1 plus the bonus for the Boilermakers.
Neither team got to the bonus in the first half. It's
nowhere close.
Already 12-15 to go, and it'll be Purdue shooting free throws. Well, Alabama has to do a good job of defending without fouling the rest of the way.
Free throw by Mayer is missed, and Bama will come the other way. They've missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s in this half already. And here's Latrell Reitzel with the ball as Bama tries to add to a 2-point lead. Latrell getting it left side, kicks it back out. 3 up, too strong, no good by Jemison. Bama gets the miss. Reitzel for 3, short. And the rebound controlled by the Boilermakers, nearly taken away by Allen. He did. It goes out of bounds off of Purdue.
And we talked about toughness. These freshmen in crimson and white play with a lot of toughness for young players. Amari Allen already won a hard hat award here in his first couple of games. Great effort right there, knocking it off of the Boilermakers.
Timeout on the floor. It's a media break as well with 11:48 to go. Still Bama 59, Purdue 57 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we take a lot of things lightly. Dog on the couch? Sure, that's fine. Wearing socks or sandals? Why not? But sweet tea? Around here, sweet tea is a way of life. One of the unspoken rules. Just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar, and that's it. Always refreshing. Always Red Diamond. Find us in your local refrigerated section. Red Diamond Sweet Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
We played a few seconds. Scores the same, 59-57. Bama up to 11:48 to go in the ball game. Colts has the gifts on their wish list and yours all in one place. From beauty favorites to cozy outfits to hosting must-haves and top toys, find great prices on presents for everyone at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Again, Bama up 2. Roger Hoover back on the Bama bench with more to report, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's just kind of a continuation of that last time out. Obviously, again, that was a good blue-collar stretch for the Crimson Tide. Good intensity really all throughout this second half, according to the coaching staff. So more of a continuation that will be needed moving forward with the Crimson Tide in a one-possession game. That was talked about. And really, all that's being talked about at the moment is just stringing together stops from here on out. Try to play that blue-collar defense we're used to seeing, as Bryan, you mentioned last time out. That's also Purdue's strength. So it's going to be quite a battle down the stretch.
Yeah, we thought we'd have a battle. 2 of the best teams in the country. Great atmosphere, sold out Coleman Coliseum, and this crowd has been into it. Crimson chaos making a difference in this game, and it does come down to stops and rebounding, and easier said than done against the front line of Purdue. The Boilermakers out-rebounding Alabama 32-20 in this game. That stat needs to narrow as the game progresses, but Alabama getting it done from the three-point line, 13 for 30, getting great looks against this Purdue defense. But the interior defense for Alabama, the ability to rebound, going to make a difference throughout this season, but especially with this front line, one of the biggest, strongest front lines in America in Purdue. And oh, by the way, they have the preseason National Player of the Year in Braden Smith, who's a point guard. Alabama has got to do a good job against all these Boilermakers on that end of the floor.
13 for Smith. Trey Kaufman-Rain, 19 in this one, but on the bench at the moment. Crimson Tide with the ball in the corner. Philon. LeBaron back out to Holloway. Aiden on the drive, gets cut off, backs it out, top of the arc, goes past the big man. Runner up and good. Boy, he drew the big fella Clough out on him and then blew by him. Got the teardrop to go, and Bama leads by 4. Oh, and a foul at midcourt on Holloway, trying to keep Smith from driving. That'll send him to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus. 19th foul on Bama, and Smith
was a heck of a play by Aiden Holloway, and oh my goodness, I was hoping I would see a little more contact on the replay, and I did not. This has been a physical game, but that is a ticky-tack foul. That's not one you want to see on either end. Let him play. But it will be Braden Smith, first team consensus All-American at the line.
Especially after all the physicality that was the first half that wasn't whistled, as the free throw is up and good by Smith. He made only 2 of 4 prior to this ball game, but he hits another one there and he is now 4 of 6 from the stripe. 61-59, Bama by a bucket. Alabama's largest lead has been 4. Purdue's biggest lead has been 7. Phylon, no-look pass, near side. Jemison 3, no good, and the rebound is controlled by the Boilermakers. That was an open look for the freshman, but he couldn't get it to go. Smith will rise and fire from deep and knock it down, and he'll give Purdue the lead once again. Cannot afford to see him heat up, as Bama will come the other way. Holloway in the paint, outside. Jemison again, 3 again. Too strong this time.
He can make a 3, but it's not his strength, and there's a reason why he's been wide open. Purdue is letting the freshman shoot. He's not been able to connect.
And there's a reason why Taylor Bowen is at the scores table as well. Smith driving, fall away from the baseline. Short, rebound saved by the Tide. Here's Phylon, and he is fouled at midcourt. It's a block that's going to be called on Purdue as Phylon was running down the pass that had been saved by Aiden Holloway.
And just the 16th foul for Purdue, so at least Alabama will be shooting the rest of the way. Great effort as Alabama saves the loose ball. And LeBaron Phylon tried to meet the pass, and Bama will have to inbound the ball, but it's going to be important for both teams to adjust to the officiating. They've tightened this up. Got to play with toughness and physicality, but do it without fouling.
Adjust to the officiating. Have fun with that. Phylon with a basketball for Bama. Throwing it over to Bowen. Taylor a dribble and a handoff to LeBaron again. Phylon off the screen, goes left, down the lane. Tough runner, got it to go. Played through contact and gives Bama the lead again at 63-62. Midway through the second half here in Tuscaloosa. Smith working against Holloway. Gives it off to Mayer. Mayer feeding it left side. They'll throw it on the near wing and now into the low post. They'll hand it off, the layup. It's no good for Harris, but a foul's going to be whistled on the Crimson Tide.
Going back to the offensive end, mentioned the fouls starting to add up for both teams, and smart play by LeBaron Phylon, understanding that Purdue doesn't want to send the talented sophomore to the line. That may open up some driving lanes, and also the ability to knock down threes. If you're Purdue, got to stay close to your man, because you've got 4 and 5 guys, depending on the lineup, who can shoot threes. That'll open up things for LeBaron Phylon, who's not had a great game shooting the ball, but does have 6 points, 6 assists, just 3 for 10 from the field. But that was a beautiful move and finish in traffic. Hopefully a sign of things to come.
Jakari Harris missed the free throw, rebounded it, and then missed the floater. Here's Bama the other way in a tie game at 63. Phylon, Williamson back out high, touch pass, goes to Reitzel for 3. Rims out, but a rebound claimed by Taylor Bowen, and a foul's going to be called on the Boilermakers.
Latrell Reitzel Jr. has been so close to knocking down a couple of threes. That one went in and out. So close to knocking down a few floaters. He's played well. He's shot the ball pretty well in terms of the shots you want him to take, but just 2 for 8 from the field. Every one of those has looked good. That one goes in and out, but it'll be Noah Williamson going to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. They got Purdue on a blockout foul. It was Taylor Bowen trying to attack the basket. I thought they maybe could have gotten him for an offensive rebounding foul, but before that, it was Noah Williamson being held, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
First free throw attempt for him in an Alabama uniform. And he missed it. Still tied at 63 with 9.5 minutes to go. Boilermakers, front court, Kaufman-Wren. Top of the arc to Clough, who's back in the game, the big man for the Boilermakers. Smith left all alone for 3, and he makes him pay. Amari Allen looked like he thought somebody else was going to switch, and he was not correct in that assessment. It's a 3-point Boilermaker lead. Inside Phylon, back out Williamson, all alone for 3. Missed it. Rebound controlled by Clough in the Boilermakers.
Good look for Noah Williamson. Great passer, a capable three-point shooter. Not able to convert. He was wide open.
Smith in the lane, blocked by Bol Bowen, and here's Bama the other way. Holloway to Phylon. Bottom. We're tied at 66 with 8.5 to go.
And took some contact after the release, tying this game. Listen to this crowd. Alabama able to get a stop out in transition. And LeBaron Phylon finally knocks down one from deep.
1 of 5 from the arc against Smith. Can't get this one to go, but the rebound inside. Missed again by the Boilermakers, but the guy who missed it ran it down. That's Kaufman-Wren. Back out they'll go to Smith as again the glass has been dominated by the Boilermakers, 38-24. And it's the offensive glass where they have been most deadly. Tie game, Smith inside, a late foul called on Taylor Bol Bowen, and that's going to be his 4th. Timeout on the floor. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, did they get Taylor Bol Bowen? That should have been called on Noah Williamson. He reached in.
You're
That's
right.
where the foul came. Hopefully they'll get that straight.
They are, and you're right, and that is the 4th on Williamson, not Bol Bowen. 7:56 to play. We're tied at 66. Number 8 Bama, number 1 Purdue. Here at Coleman on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide.
Hey parents and kids, it's the perfect time for students to read their way to the Iron Bowl in AEA's Be a Champion and Read contest. AEA wants to help K through 6th grade students be academic champions, just like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Students who participate in Be a Champion and Read challenge could win tickets to the Iron Bowl, an authentic Alabama jersey, and a chance to take the field prior to kickoff on game day. Ask your teacher about contest rules and encourage your child to be an AEA champion reader and win a trip to the 2025 Iron Bowl.
Back at Coleman Coliseum, where the score is tied yet again, 66 all, Bama and Purdue. 7:56 to go in the ball game. The best move of the game is presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. BP, best move.
Well, it started with a defensive play. Taylor Bol Bowen with the block shot that led to a 2-on-2. Fast break for Alabama. In that case, advantage Alabama when it's Aiden Holloway and LeBaron Phylon. Holloway finds Phylon, who was 0 for 4 from the three-point line, but knocked it down, tying this game and getting this crowd into it. Need to see more of that defense leading to offense here the last 8 minutes of this game. It's been difficult for anybody to get stops. Purdue's had a hard time defending the three-point line. Alabama's had a hard time getting defensive rebounds and stopping Taylor Kaufman-Wren on the inside. But both teams, you know they're going to go to their strength here the last 7:56 of this game. Which team can get stops? That's going to ultimately determine the winner.
Again, tied at 66, down to the Bama bench and Robert Hoover.
A little bit of old school and new school in the huddle. The old school, talking about toughness, defense, rebounding. The new school, Coach Adams able to use an iPad, which all SEC schools allowed to use. Kind of looking back at some video from the very previous possession going into that timeout. So again, great that Alabama has this technology as they're again preaching toughness and dedication in the huddle right now, trying to get ready for this upcoming stretch.
Yeah, and Roger, that is a team that's all familiar with what that takes, what that looks like, and hopefully can draw on it down this final 7:56. What a ball game, as anticipated, between the, again, number 2 in one poll, number 1 in the other, Boilermakers. Alabama number 8 in one, number 9 in another national ranking. Those are fun. They're great for media and fans to talk about. The beauty of college basketball, we'll know for sure because of the tournament. A great opportunity to determine the national champion as Smith hits the first of 2 shots to give the Boilermakers a 1 and now 2-point advantage.
It was Coleman for Purdue in the first half, early in the second, but it's been their first team All-American preseason National Player of the Year, Braden Smith. Alabama's not had answers for him the last several minutes.
23 points in the game as Philon lost the handle on the way in. Ball gets batted around, controlled by Holloway. Left side, Bowen for 3. Couldn't get that one to go after it hit the rim twice, and a rebounding foul is going to be whistled on Purdue.
Well, Alabama got the look they wanted. It was a great defensive play by Purdue. The hustle play, but Alabama able to get it back. Taylor Bowen all by himself, and that ball bounced around the rim, giving a couple of Bama offensive rebounders a chance to get it. Great hustle by Houston Millette. Aiden Sherrill, he gets held, and he'll go to the line. Still a 1-and-1. 18 foul for Purdue, but Aiden Sherrill's played well in this game. A great effort play right there.
Hits the front end of a 1-and-1.
It is good to have touch.
It is.
Because that one was long. It looked like it was going to pop out, but the touch by the sophomore, Aiden Sherrill, makes the free throw.
Well, and more than half of Coleman's points in the first half kind of came in a similar fashion, as both free throws are good, and we are deadlocked again at 68.
Purdue is one of the best in the country at drawing fouls, and the guy with the ball does it as well as anybody in the country, and Braden Smith.
Throws it over to Clough on the wing to the top of the arc. Kaufman-Wren back to the guard Lawyer now. Up top to Clough. He will hand it off to Smith. Smith left alone, shoots a 3, missed it this time. Clough, though, cleared that miss. The big man backing his way down, spinning and scoring over Bowen, who did want to pick up his 4th. 7 minutes to play. Bama down a bucket. Here's Holloway weaving through traffic, getting into the paint, kicking it near side Allen. Back to Holloway. Short this time, and the rebound claimed by the Boilermakers, and they could call a foul on Amari Allen as he got connected there with Braden Smith again.
And again, it's Braden Smith going to the line. He lives at the free throw line. Amari Allen didn't like the call. I understand, not a lot of contact right there. It was so physical throughout this game, but the whistle has gotten much tighter. You have to adjust as a player, and there's nobody in America that I've seen over the last 3 years, and we've seen Braden Smith the last 3 years at drawing fouls. He's always around the ball. One of the reasons why he's the preseason National Player of the Year is he puts the numbers up for Purdue and doesn't do it in a spectacular way. A lot of his damage comes from the free throw line, but did a good job of blocking out, a little bit of contact, a little bit of acting, and he's back at the line. Another great game for the first team All-American.
Hit 2 free throws to make it a 4-point Boilermaker advantage with 6:45 to play. Crucial for Alabama. Allen working inside the arc, working down the lane, gets to the rim, laid it up too strong. Tip no good from Sherrill, and the rebound controlled by the Boilermakers. This is where they pulled away last year against the Crimson Tide. Bama trying to make sure it doesn't happen here. Smith blocked out of bounds by Sherrill. A great job defensively, coming over with a help D.
And Purdue is so good with their high pick and rolls, and Braden Smith, one of the best decision makers in the country. Turned the corner, great defensive play by Aiden Sherrill. Would have loved to see him keep that one in bounds, but throws it in the front row.
Reitzel checks in as Taylor Bowen sits down. Purdue with the basketball. Smith throwing it inside. They'll throw a lob, and the dunk for 2 is good from Jacobson on the assist from Kaufman-Wren after the initial pass came from Smith. Bama down 6. Needs a bucket. Millette for 3. Heard me and responded, cutting the Purdue lead in half with a bank first 3-pointer.
A great 3-point shooter who has not shot it well the last couple of games. No hesitation right there, playing with confidence, and knocks down a huge 3 for Alabama.
Second one for him tonight on 5 tries. Kaufman-Wren kicks it over onto the left wing. A 3 is good as the Boilermakers answer with Lawyer getting it to go. 77-71, 5.5 to play. Reitzel, the dish, Holloway for 3. Short, and the long rebound saved by Purdue.
Well, a great look for Aiden Holloway. A little bit short with it. Alabama's gotten the looks they've wanted from the three-point line, just not able to convert on that possession.
Inside, Kaufman-Wren throws it to the 7-footer who lays it up and in for two. Way too easy for Jacobson as he beat Bama to the rim. 79-71, 8 points, biggest lead for Purdue. Bama basketball, Holloway weaving, looking, Millette back out to Holloway, top of the arc. 4:55 to go. Holloway looking to Millette, back to Holloway. 8 on the shot clock. Holloway spinning against Smith, steps back, 18-footer, and got it to go.
That was great defensive play, and not really what Alabama wanted, a contested 18-footer, but Aiden Holloway able to knock it down.
Stoppage in play as I believe Purdue's big man is hurt again. Oh, that is tough for Purdue, as the guy who had missed the first 2 games of the year, Kaufman-Wren, is hobbling and needs some help, I believe. He's going to have to check out of the game.
Going back to the last offensive sequence for Alabama, Braden Smith, who's leading all scorers in this one with 25 points, did a great job defensively against Aiden Holloway, but Holloway, one of the best shooters in the country, able to knock down the contested shot. Alabama sets up a little full court pressure. Got to get a stop. Got to defend without fouling. Purdue's been great from the free throw line.
Second-year freshman Jack Benter comes in to replace Kaufman-Wren, who goes to the bench with that injury. 79-73, Purdue with the ball in the lead with 4:18 to go. Smith driving against Bol Bowen. Pump fake twice, throws it across, ball deflected and stolen. Tide's got it. Here's Philon. LeBaron on the drive, into the lane. Tough shot, short, and the rebound controlled by Purdue. Boy, had Reitzel open on the wing, but Philon had committed, and he normally is able to finish in that spot.
That was a great defensive play by Fletcher Lawyer, able to keep LeBaron Philon in front. Not easy to do.
Smith with the ball and left alone, and he shoots and thankfully missed the 3, and a rebounding foul is going to be called on the Crimson Tide. Timeout on the floor. Final 3:48 of regulation coming up, 79-73. The Boilermakers with a lead here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
What's up, Alabama? This is Ryan Williams reminding you that the best offense against termites, mosquitoes, and other pests is Cook's Pest Control. I run routes and make catches on the field, but off the field, I trust Cooks to catch what I can't. Fast, precise, always getting the job done right, just like me. That's pest control you can trust. Call Cooks today for your free inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
Baumhower's Victory Grill has introduced an all-new holiday menu to help you make your holidays legendary. This festive new menu is highlighted by 3 delicious holiday favorites, including Papa Baumhower's Almost Fried Turkey Platter, featuring the signature Almost Fried Turkey breast, sliced and served over cornbread dressing, topped with gravy, and served with homemade green beans and garlic mashed potatoes.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Texaco. Trust your car to the star, as Texaco with Techron provides unbeatable mileage for all your traveling outside of the court. Bama is down 6, 79-73, 3:48 to go in the ball game. Stay tuned after the game for the Regions postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oates. Put an extra roll tide in your wallet with the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Go to regions.com/GoBama. Regions is the official bank of the SEC. Roger Hoover, it's winning time. What are you hearing down there?
Well, it's rebounding time for the Crimson Tide. That's all the focus right now of this huddle. Both the offensive and the defensive glass have got to be won by Alabama in this upcoming 3:48, according to the coaching staff. Still going over everything defensively, offensively that needs to happen, but the emphasis especially was on rebounding and then just making smart decisions with the basketball, trying to limit turnovers coming up is going to be critical, Bryan, during this upcoming 3:48.
Got to get stops, rebound the ball, but before that, got to defend without fouling. Purdue didn't make a free throw in the first half, and they've already knocked down 10 free throws here in the second half, and most of that has been Braden Smith. Had 8 points at halftime. He's now got 25. He's 6 for 17 from the field, so not a great shooting night, but he's 5 for 10 from deep, 8 for 10 from 3. He's got 7 rebounds, 4 assists. The preseason National Player of the Year. He's played like it here, especially in the second half. And Alabama obviously wants to play fast on offense. They always do, but especially with the time and score. And defensively, play aggressive, but play with patience on the defensive end, because Purdue will be content with running the entire 30 seconds of the shot clock. You can't get too impatient and foul and send really good free throw shooters to the line and extend this lead for Purdue if you do that.
DJ trying to get the crowd back in this one. It's about as quiet as this place has been all night. Thankfully, a missed free throw by the Boilermakers. Hopefully, followed by another one, and a Bama rebound will get them energized again. Second free throw up. That one's good. And they will get Jacobson out and bring Clough back in. Still have not seen Kaufman-Wren come back in for Purdue. Bama basketball down 7, 80-73 with 3:41 to go. No more wasted possessions. Can Bama afford? Phylon, the lob, the dunk for 2 by Taylor Bowen.
Beautiful play and good decision by LeBaron Phylon. Now he has to be smart on the defensive end against Braden Smith.
5-point game with 3:20 to go. Smith front court with a dribble. Bowen defending him. Picks up his dribble, gives it off left side to Lawyer, and it's stolen. Phylon with a steal, the run out and the dunk. And it's a one-possession game. 80-77 with 3 minutes to go.
A couple of big-time plays by LeBaron Phylon. The alley-oop assist on the previous possession, the pick, the steal, and dunk to cut this Purdue lead to 3.
And there is the fuse that we needed lit. Timeout on the floor as Purdue wanted to settle things down. But now a little thunderstruck as the PA and the DJ are adding to the enthusiasm, not creating it.
Well, it was LeBaron Phylon that is trying to get this win for Alabama. Has not had a vintage LeBaron Phylon game. Struggled shooting the ball, but coming out of that timeout, high pick and roll, beautiful pass to Taylor Bowen for the finish, and able to pick the pocket of Purdue and finish at the rim. This crowd getting back into this game. You mentioned it was quiet. It hadn't been quiet all game, but maybe just for a few minutes as Purdue was able to extend the lead. But a huge 5-0 run by the Crimson Tide to make this a one-possession game with just under 3 to play.
Phenomenal performance by the Tide in a great ball game in New York on Saturday. And now here tonight in Tuscaloosa on a Thursday.
And Trey Kaufman-Wren back in this game.
He is back in. As the Boilermakers inbound it, get it to Smith. He's defended by Reitzel. 2:50 to go. 3-point Boilermaker lead. Smith, the drive, nearly walked, spun, shot, and missed. Rebound tip, fought for. Kaufman-Wren saves it, deflected, but picked up by the Boilermakers. Smith at the timeline near side to Kaufman-Wren, double teamed. Now just Reitzel on him. Kaufman-Wren trying to back his way down. Spins into a double team, gives it off to Clough. His shot is up, it's no good. Rebound put up and in as the shot clock was about to expire, but I believe they're going to review it. And Bryan, that may have been late. It may not have hit the rim. This play under review, brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. And a chance for us to look at it again.
Hard to see from our broadcast position.
Review.
We do have a monitor.
We do indeed.
And it is.
Boy, that's close.
Yeah. On the replay, you can't see the shot clock, but they're looking at it.
They are looking now. The officiating crew of Joe Lindsey, Bart Lennox, and Brian Dorsey. What'd you think? You look at it on the video board at first glance, what do you think?
With the views they've shown, you can't tell, but...
man, I tell you what, I don't think he got it off. Tell you what, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. We're getting an opportunity to look at it again on our monitors here. Boy, that is as close as it gets. I don't know if they made an initial call, Brian, about whether it was good or not.
I thought they let it play out to be able to go to the monitor.
Yeah.
And this is obviously a huge call in this game.
2:20 to go.
It looks, at least the last replay that we saw, it looks like the light was on, but which would mean it doesn't count, but they continue to look at it, obviously, so close.
Look, it's big regardless, but would be bigger if there were 20 seconds to go as opposed to 2:20. If it's good, it's a 5-point Purdue lead. If it's not, it's a 3-point game and Bama's got the ball.
Yeah, a ton of basketball to be played regardless of what this call is, but every possession huge in this game. And Alabama has not been able to get key defensive rebounds throughout. Easier said than done out against Purdue. They have a significant size advantage. Alabama having to go with a smaller lineup. Got a couple of interior players out with injury. Not ideal against Purdue with one of the best and biggest front lines in the country.
Yeah, this doesn't go to a review spot in Birmingham. The officials that are working this game are reviewing it courtside as we speak. I think they're going to, there's no good video. I think they're going to keep the bucket. I think it'll stand.
As we said, whether it's 3 or 5 point deficit for Alabama, 2:20 to play with a pace of play by Alabama and Nate Oates. There is a lot of basketball to be played, but Bama a little short-handed, going with a smaller lineup, quicker lineup. They've been able to do it from the three-point line, but some wide-open threes by Alabama missed here in the second half. Alabama's shot it well overall, 15 for 39 from three. Not quite as good in the second half, 5 for 18, just 27.8% in the second half for Alabama from the three-point line, and the officials continue to look at the monitor.
I don't know. Again, you don't know exactly what Joe Lindsey's looking at. And are they trying to decide, okay, it's no basket? Is it a jump ball? After the fact, who had possession after the fact?
I mean, listen, at this point, I mean, obviously, you know what I hope they decide, sure. and I can't tell, but the fact that this has taken so long.
Yeah, this is going on 5 minutes.
This has been a great game, and both teams getting out of their rhythm. Looks like the officials have made their decision, talking to both coaching staffs.
I think they're going to say no basket. Let's listen in. Well, they didn't tell us.
Well,
or if they
the
did,
fans seem happy.
After review, the call is no basket. It's a shot clock violation. The ball's still in his hand.
And
It'll be Alabama ball on the end line.
And like I said, I'm glad they took their time and got it right.
Yeah.
Great job.
Been tough.
Great job, Joe Lindsey.
That's exactly right. So, Bama ball down 3 with 2:22 to go. Some pressure in the backcourt being applied by Purdue, and they almost saved it after the steal, but not able to maintain possession was Cox, and so it will stay with the Crimson Tide.
Well, LeBaron Philon a little casual there as Purdue extending full court pressure. Fortunately, he didn't turn it over.
Here's Philon, bring it ahead against Cox, gets it front court. Philon surveying the floor with 20 on the shot clock. Goes to his right, goes down the lane, kicks it. Millett, near side, three. Too strong, and the rebound controlled by Purdue. It would have tied it. Instead, the miss, and we've come to the 2-minute mark, and it's still a 3-point Purdue advantage.
That's a great look by a great shooter, just not able to connect.
Driving Smith, stopping, defended by Philon, throws it into the post. Kaufman-Wren, call away shot, no good. Weak side rebound claimed by Taylor Bowen. Now here comes Reitzel, hurrying around to Millett. Left alone, three again. Hits it! Atta baby, Houston!
And did the job defensively against Kaufman-Wren on the defensive end, forced a difficult shot and stepped up big on both ends of the floor.
Senior leader missed the previous trip. Didn't hesitate on the second. We're tied at 80 and a near steal Philon. But Smith still has it. Driving, pump fake shot. Got it to go. 1:17 to go. And Philon's fouled in the backcourt. And that will be a 1-and-1 upcoming for LeBaron Philon.
And LeBaron Philon had a pick-six type play several possessions ago. Almost got one against Braden Smith. He got it back, and Smith able to finish at the rim after Taylor Bowen got matched up on him. Didn't go for the fake, but Braden Smith able to weave his way to the basket and finish. Big 1-and-1 coming up for LeBaron Philon.
If he can hit them both, he ties it. Missed the first, though. In the rebound control by Purdue. 1:11 to go. Alabama 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Purdue 11 of 17. Smith with the basketball near wing, still with the dribble alive. Smith against Bowen. Smith directing traffic. Smith top of the arc, going to his right, getting in the lane, stop, drew a defender in the air, missed the shot, and that will be 2 shots upcoming for Braden Smith. Taylor Bowen was so good, but bit on the very last fake.
There's just not many better players in America that I've seen in recent years at drawing fouls than Braden Smith. You mentioned it. Taylor Bowen did a great job against probably the best point guard in the country in Braden Smith. But that last pump fake, he will pump fake you 3 and 4 times a possession. The last one, Taylor Bowen thought he was going up. Braden Smith able to take the contact and get to the line. The first team All-American has been so good. 27 points in this one and adding to it.
28 now as he hits the free throw. He is 5 of 10 from three-point range, but he's 9 of 11 from the free throw line. And make it 10 of 12 as he hits them both. 4-point Purdue lead. 45 seconds to go. Here's Philon front court. LeBaron with a floor spread for him. Working. Fires it left side. Bowen, 3. Short, and the rebound controlled by Purdue, and a foul is going to be whistled on the Crimson Tide with 29 seconds to go.
That's a good look by a good shooter and Taylor Bowen. LeBaron Philon had the floor spread, trying to go to Aiden Holloway, but well defended. Don't mind that shot at all from Taylor Bowen. And it has been Purdue so good from the line. You mentioned the 10 free throws made by Braden Smith. All 10 of those coming in the second half.
Clough hits the first of 2 shots for the Boilermaker big man. 6'11", 255 from Australia. Started his career at South Dakota State, went to Washington State, and now to Purdue. Missed the second, though, and Bama's got the miss. Down 5 with 27 seconds to go. Philon for 3. Too strong, rebounding Clough, and that foul by Millett. And Clough will have a chance to perhaps put this one away at the charity stripe.
It has not been a vintage game for LeBaron Philon. He's made some plays down the stretch. 5 for 14, 1 for 6 from the three-point line. Just 11 points and 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He's done a nice job, but hasn't been able to get going from 3 and scoring. And on the other end, it's been Braden Smith, preseason National Player of the Year. He's looked like it here in this one. 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. It was Trey Kaufman-Renn in the first half. It's been Braden Smith in a big way in the second.
So after Clough makes the first, he'll have another one upcoming. He hits them both, and the Boilermakers do indeed lead by 7. 19 seconds to go. Reitzel for 3, short. Saved by Millette. Did he get a timeout? He tried, and they say he did indeed get the timeout, calling it while in midair. And Alabama, almost a miracle needed.
Well, we are in the midst of one of the most difficult non-conference stretches that I've ever seen, not just for Alabama, but when you look at what's ahead for Alabama, you've got the #1 team in the country here tonight in the coaches poll in Purdue. The only reason they dropped in the AP is Trey Kaufman-Renn had played. Well, he played 19 and 14 here in this one. But Braden Smith, the National Preseason Player of the Year, too good in this one. Alabama will have another opportunity against 2 teams that are Final Four good in Illinois and Gonzaga coming up. Great win on Saturday against top 5 team in St. John's. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here tonight against a great Purdue team.
They are indeed worthy of the #1 or #2 national ranking, depending on which one you subscribe to. We would say #1 certainly, because that's what they were in both polls prior to the injury to Kaufman-Renn. Now that they've got him back, I know this much. We're going to have a good perspective on who's the best in the country by the time this month ends.
And I'm not sure that Alabama will be in that conversation, but it may be later in the season. And that is the goal, actually, by Nate Oates and his staff. Now, going to be disappointed with the result of this one, but this Alabama team isn't going anywhere.
12 seconds to go. Philon inbounding it with Bama down 7. Throws it into Sherrill, or tried to. It's stolen away, and the Boilermakers will dribble out the clock. Bama will not foul, and they will make it an 87-80 final here in Tuscaloosa. Boilermakers with the win move to 3-0. Bama drops its first decision of the year, falling to 2-1. Again, 87-80 your final. Smith with 29 to lead the Boilermakers. Bama getting 21 from Holloway. Philon held to 11 in this one for Alabama. We've got postgame coming up, including a postgame visit with head coach Nate Oates. We're back in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big tried-and-true advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators, to large agricultural equipment, they've got serious game. Plus, the tried-and-true Tri-Green team is always there when you need an assist. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $279 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $4278 to its signing. No security deposit. With select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Bama fans, why wait to start your college journey? With the University of Alabama Early College, high school students can earn college credit from UA now, online or on campus. Students are eligible after completing the 9th grade with a 3.0 GPA or higher. Thousands of students across Alabama and the United States are already part of the Crimson Tide tradition. So don't just cheer for the Tide, join it. UA Early College. Legends start here. Visit earlycollege.ua.edu to learn more. Roll Tide.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Welcome to the Regents Postgame Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Get your University of Alabama Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card today.
Crimson Tide fall to Purdue. Final score 87-80 here at Coleman Coliseum. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you to the Regents postgame show. Put an extra Roll Tide in your wallet with the University of Alabama Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card. Order at regents.com/GoBama. Regents, the official bank of the SEC. Bryan, Passink, a hard-fought game between Alabama and Purdue, kind of like we've seen the last few years early in the season. The Boilermakers do get the win by 7.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of seeing Purdue. They're really good, and it's not been a great matchup for Alabama each of the last 3 seasons. Wouldn't mind seeing them again, and I think if Alabama does see Purdue again, it will be very late in the NCAA tournament, if not in their home state of Indianapolis, where the Final Four is. This is a great Purdue team, and they are very worthy of their preseason #1 ranking. The only reason that they slipped in the AP poll, and that now they're #2, they should probably go up, is Trey Kaufman-Wren, who was out their first couple of games, was back, and he was terrific in this one, 19 points, 15 rebounds. But it was Braden Smith, the preseason National Player of the Year, played like it in the second half, led all scorers with 29 points, had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and Alabama didn't have any answers for him. But really, the answers that Alabama didn't have in this one was defensive rebounding, and Alabama got killed on the boards. It was a bigger, stronger Purdue team, and Alabama's down a couple of big men. And listen, we know that this Alabama team can rebound. We saw it on Saturday against a big physical front line in St. John's, but unfortunately it was Purdue's dominance on the glass was a big difference in this one.
Let's go ahead and name tonight's Texaco star of the game for the Crimson Tide. Aiden Holloway led the way with 21 points, 7 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 9 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. He also contributed 3 assists in this game. What'd you see from #2?
Well, he's a great player, and you know he's ready to have a breakout junior season. That was predicted by a lot of people around this program and national basketball gurus that thought Aiden Holloway can have a breakout season. He was so improved from year 1 to year 2 when he switched over to wearing crimson and white. I think he's one of the best shooters and players in the SEC. Played like it here tonight. Just had a couple guys that didn't shoot it well, had some great looks. I mean, Latrell Wrightsville Jr., Houston Millette, those guys did not shoot it the way they typically will from the three-point line. Give Purdue credit. They're a great defensive team, but Alabama got the looks they wanted, especially in the second half. And you look up and say, gosh, you know, Alabama made 16 threes in this game, but just 26% after halftime and got the looks they wanted. And it was an interesting contrast in styles. You had the big physical Purdue Boilermakers going to the rim, dominating the glass. Alabama, with the injury situation, didn't have the size on the inside, but they were able to run their offense, get great looks from the three-point line, and Purdue had no answers. But it's one of those things defensively. Purdue, I don't know that Matt Painter would admit that he was just hoping they'd miss, but Alabama had just as good of looks in the second half as they did in the first, not able to convert. But the big difference is the inability to close out defensive possessions. Alabama loses this game by 7 points, and they were out-rebounded on the offensive end, points in the paint, plus 9-point differential for Purdue. That was the difference in this one.
Crimson Tide suffering its first loss of the season. Again, the final score from Tuscaloosa this evening, Purdue 87 and Alabama 80. We're just getting started with the Regions postgame show. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business, and Roll Tide.
Rebounded Philon far side, brings it front court. LeBaron kicks it near side. Bobo and left alone. 3. My boy, if he can make that consistently throughout the year, he'll be one of the more difficult guys to defend in the country.
That was our assist of the game, presented by Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Make Baumhauer's Victory Grill your big game headquarters. Baumhauer's has been voted the best wings in Alabama and the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Offering fan favorites, Baumhauer's is great for catering, carry-out, and dining in all season long. Legendary food, legendary fun, courtesy of Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Crimson Tide falling to Purdue 87-80, the final score inside Coleman Coliseum. Let's take a look at our turning point of the game, presented by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Bryan Passink, let's go to that turning point of the game.
Yeah, I think it was Braden Smith after halftime, the preseason National Player of the Year, only had 8 points at the half, 21 in the second, and he got to the free throw line and converted at a high rate. Went there 12 times and knocking down 10, all 10 of those makes in the second half. He was 5 for 10 from 3, and he was terrific. It was Trey Kaufman-Wren in the first half. He ends up with 19 points, 15 rebounds. We didn't know if Kaufman-Wren was going to play in this game until earlier today. It was announced that he was going to make his season debut. The All-American played like it. I was hoping he'd have a little rust with some time off. He did not have any rust. He and the Boilermakers were terrific, and Alabama, I thought, played well offensively, shot the ball well, but just not able to get stops consistently. And this is an Alabama team that I think we'll be looking at a couple of stats each and every game. And if turnover numbers are down to go along with defensive rebounding numbers, they're not going to lose a lot of games. Now, on the positive, the turnover numbers were down. Alabama did a great job of taking care of the ball, but the rebounding numbers were not very good at all. Too many offensive rebounds, and overall, Alabama gets dominated on the boards by one of the best front courts in the country, 52-28 on the backboard. That'll be a point of emphasis leading up to the next couple of games for Alabama. This gauntlet of a schedule doesn't get easier. You think, gosh, you play a top 5 team on the road in St. John's. You play the preseason number one in the coaches poll team at home. And then you go on the road to play Illinois, who I believe is number 3 in the Ken Palm analytics. And then Gonzaga, probably Mark Few's best team he's ever had.
That's scary.
It is. I mean, they've been one of the best programs in the country since Few's been there. I think this may be his best team. So Alabama has played 2 of the most difficult games in the country. I'm not so sure that the next 2 aren't every bit as difficult, if not more so. Bama's got to bounce back against a great team next week in Illinois.
Bryan, look forward to seeing you in Chicago. Should be a fun trip. And then out to Vegas after that. Hard to believe this is our last time in this building the rest of the month, but some high-level basketball ahead and hopefully some winning basketball. Thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Roll Tide.
That's Bryan Passink and Roger Hoover. When we come back, we'll have a scoreboard update with Tom Sipe presented by Alabama Power as Alabama tonight falls for the first time this season in men's basketball. The final score, Purdue 87 and Alabama 80.